So, Bo, what do you cook on? Cans, offset,
I cook,
propane?
I cook on a I have a horse trailer. I have a pit that I've had for a long time. It was built by a high school student in Cuero,
Okay.
and I mounted that pit inside. It's a little reverse flow offset, and that thing is a cooking machine.
Wow.
Um, I go through maybe a half a box of gourmet wood product on there each cook off, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not a you're not throwing sticks in it
Right.
constantly.
Right.
It's non insulated, so I mean,
Wow. Yeah.
but
That's
Wow.
pretty good. Yeah.
and then I do cook chicken sometimes on a drum. I go back and forth on chicken, sometimes on a drum, sometimes on a rectech.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
depends what I'm cooking.
I got you. I got you.
If I'm cooking thighs or legs or something, most of the time it's on a rectech. Half chickens is on a drum or a bullseye rectech.
Right. Right.
Just depends on if I want a little extra smoke to it, I'll throw it on a rectech to give it a little bit of smoke
Get
flavor.
some smoke. That's
When you
awesome.
cook CBA, are you aiming towards thighs and flats or half chickens?
I do half chickens in CBA.
Yeah.
I do half chickens and wings.
There you
Mm-hmm.
go. That's awesome.
I do
Nice.
the field breeding trick.
I
That's
got you.
right.
So
That's
That's it.
awesome.
you got to learn from somebody. I mean, he wins all the time, so you might as well try to copy him.
That's for sure.
Got number 7.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Let's
and
start.
hats off to Phil. Awesome
Yes.
job going down to Australia and just kicking it down there and winning his number 7.
That was awesome.
I mean,
Amazing.
That was awesome.
he brought Texas to the house down there.
Yeah, he
So
did.
Oh, he sure did.
He did. All right, Mr. Al, let's throw it back over to you, Alan. What do you cook on real quick? You a can
Well,
man?
I do a bullseye. I do a pit barrel and backwoods, depending on
And a
where we
back.
go. Yeah,
Okay.
Florida, you backyard does 4 meats,
Okay.
and so you got to be prepared for that. Then uh, Alabama, I cook a lot there, and it's a 2 meat place.
I
Then
got
the
you.
other places, there's a lot of 3 meats.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about Smoke on the Mountains. I know it's a really big competition. Apparently, it must be very prestigious. I'm sure a lot of it is you got a really, really cool looking violin or fiddle that comes with it. That fiddle, you held it up in the picture, it looked pretty awesome. What makes, we all have our favorite competitions. There's certain competitions we love to go to. I heard Galax at least cooked it. He was talking about that earlier. What makes Galax so special?
Well, I guess first off, my wife is from there, so her grandfather was the postmaster, which is now McAdoo's. So anyhow, the downtown, they have it downtown. They shut off all the streets and put the cookers there, and they're in pretty tight too. But
Mhm.
I think because they have a steak competition or SCA on Friday, then Saturday they got the KCBS Masters, KCBS Backyard, and the MBN.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, so they got everything, and the awards, like you say, they're just unreal.
Right.
And yeah, they give away for the KCBS Masters, you get a guitar as a grand, and MBN, you get a banjo.
Okay.
And actually, the guy who has made those for years passed this past summer sometime, and his son has taken over, and he
Oh,
Wow.
actually
good.
played the banjo at the Cooks meeting.
That's
And,
Oh,
awesome.
yeah,
wow.
So, who won the MBN part of it?
oh,
Did Marcio win it?
I can't remember now. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know. Marcio, I knew Marcio was going to go with Hog Addiction, and because he won, God, 13 Grand Champions in a row last year. So,
Mhm.
and I know he was going to it. I didn't know if he had won. I hadn't heard anything. So,
Just make sure your tank is full of gas when you go to Galax because you were up in the mountains, son.
yeah,
Ooh, it's kind of hard to get to.
yeah, pretty
And you
high.
got to what's the elevation? It's over 2,000 feet, so you got to adjust your
Oh yeah,
cook time for that.
yep.
In fact, my chicken almost didn't make it, and I finished third with it, but I was surprised. And my ribs, I think I was worried about them too, and I got second on those.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Second and third, and got Grand Champion. Yep, and you cooked the backyard division. It was only 2 meats, right?
Right.
Two
At,
meats.
at
Okay.
that place, I'm going. in a couple of weeks, I'm going to Ashland, Virginia, and there'll be 3 meets.
Okay. Okay. If anybody's got any questions for either of our guests tonight, feel free to drop them in. And man, we've got kind of a pretty cool. I mean, we've got cookers from Texas, we got cookers from West Virginia, and KCBS Master was won by Poor Boys. Okay. Do you know who won the MBN? I'm trying to see who won
Poor
that.
Boys.
So,
It said
Oh, boy. My wife just Bubba Grill. My wife just
Grill.
posted me.
they won the MBN part. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So,
Well,
Bo,
that's
when
pretty
you went to do KCBS, comparing that to CBA with the 1 hour timeline CBA, 30 minutes KCBS, makes things a little faster, doesn't it? That 30 minutes is a lot quicker than that 1
30
hour.
minutes is quick, but I actually like the 30-minute turn-ins.
Right?
I do. I mean, yeah, you're working your butt off for a couple hours. I mean, as long as you have your timeline done, down to when your meat's coming off your pits.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
2 hours, I mean, you're working your butt off for 2 hours, and then he's like, done.
Yeah.
Right.
And not cooking something and doing it and finishing it, and then, all right, let's wait for 30 minutes. Let's wait for 40 minutes.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it gets tiring sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already tired anyway, so
Yeah.
you get up early.
Right.
You bet.
Well,
Where was your first KCBS cook-off?
My first KCBS was American Royal.
Mine too.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. Mine too.
Yeah. In 2017. Yep.
I've cooked it 2 years in a row. Just signed back up. I'll be back up there this year. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that event. So
It's fun. Al, have you ever cooked the American Roll?
Nope, I've never been there. That's on my bucket list.
So if you haven't been there, I'm assuming you also haven't judged it, right?
Right, correct.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I would have thought I thought they would have been recruiting you. So yeah, that's interesting. Now, Bo, as far as your timelines and wondering, getting everything and meat done right, you can always do like Lee Hickle. His brisket will be done, wrapped, and in the Cambro. What time, Lee? Probably about 8:00. It's already
8
wrapped
o'clock,
up.
yeah. Brisket, 1 cut ribs, 8 o'clock done.
That's my brisket too when I'm doing 4.
Hey,
like at the Royal, my stuff's in the camera by 11 o'clock waiting.
yeah. Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, Lee definitely. Like, what are you doing? It's 8:00. Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done. I'm going back to bed.
I'm going back to bed. Well, I'll wake me up when it gets close to turn in.
Well, I've noticed it at a couple of cook-offs when I see him up way in the morning. I'm like, this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, he just went to bed a couple hours ago. He's already up cooking.
I know it.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, that's
my
awesome.
rest is as long as my cook process.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a 4-hour rest on his brisket. So, anyway. Alan, do you rest your brisket a pretty good while, too?
I definitely, I put mine in the Cambro about 8 o'clock, and yeah,
All right.
Wow.
I think it adds. I really do.
Yeah.
Myron Mixon and Matt Barber thought I was crazy for doing that,
No.
but it worked for me.
Until he
Worked
beat
for
him.
me.
So I beat him.
I beat him. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, that is really awesome. And another thing people may not know about Mr. Allen is we love them. They're awesome. I think everybody in the barbecue community is highly appreciative of what OBR does. And I know Mark Lambert does a lot with them and so many other people. But Alan, I know you have been very, very involved with OBR for many years, and one of the things that he shared with me and sent me an article, he was the Volunteer of the Year for OBR in 2019. And
Wow.
thank you, Alan, for going out and helping people in need. That's